Hello, Sweet Tooth here. I hope your day is going well. Hakuna Matata! Welcome back to Danganronpa. It's time for the first class trial to begin, to find out who killed Sayaka. You're late, Makoto. We've all been waiting for you. I bet you were afraid you would be discovered as the murderer you are. Let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Save that for the class trial. There we can all reveal the details of Makoto's crime. So they really are convinced I did it, but I didn't do it. Me and Sayaka both know that all too well. But then, who is the killer? The one who murdered Sayaka. Is it really one of us? Is everyone here? Okay then. Please board the elevator in front of you, which will transport you to the courtroom. Where all your fates will be decided. I'll meet you all down there. I'll be waiting. So whoever stuck us here even took the time to set up a goddamn courtroom, huh? Damn, we really gotta go through this class trial thing, huh? You wanna confess, I guess now's the time to do it. I'm telling you, I didn't do it. There's no point in standing around here. Settle your resolve and step into the future. Let's get started. Sorry. In the end, I wasn't able to do any looking around or anything. Is this really how Sayaka would want us to find out who killed her? Relax, I haven't decided 100% that you're the culprit just yet. Maybe, but you're obviously leaning that way. I can't help but wonder whoever killed Sayaka is feeling right now. Well, did you find anything that might actually prove your innocence? Being so insistent, even though you obviously killed her. Very impressive. Well, I did my job. I'm counting on the rest of you from here on out. So, the school basement has become the darkened stage. We're all here to bear witness to Mr. Naegi's final curtain call. Well then, the time has finally come. Are you ready? I guess I have no choice but to get on this elevator. Good. Let us begin. Good idea. Are you scared? No, scared isn't quite right. I said it before, but it's up to you to uncover the mysteries surrounding this case yourself. If you don't, you'll never come to grips with the truth. I need to uncover the truth of Sayaka's death. I didn't need someone else to tell me to do that. In Sayaka's honor, I swear I'll find out who the real killer is. As I raised my voice to try and give myself courage, I turned, trembling with anticipation toward the elevator. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. Everyone else was already on the elevator when I finally stepped on. The doors closed and the elevator started to move. The steel box descended with heavy clunking sounds towards the school's basement. I wonder if this is how a death row inmate feels when this time finally comes. Rather than that, is it not more like a defendant waiting to receive his judgment? Oblivious to our shared anxiety, the elevator lowered us further and further into the bowels of the school. You finally arrived. What do you think? Doesn't it feel like a real courtroom? It's like a Hollywood movie set, right? Not even close, it's total shit. Okay, everyone find your assigned seats and sit down. Hurry up now, hurry up. We did what he said and found our seats. The seats were arranged in a giant circle. It was set up so that everyone could see everyone else, which also meant it'd be easy for anyone to transfer their tension and unease onto anyone else. The air seemed to grow heavy as we sat there. And so the curtain on our first case opened. A deadly judgment. A deadly deception. A deadly portrayal. A deadly riddle. A deadly defense. A deadly faith. A deadly class trial. Let's see how this comes about. Oh wow, pre-trial prep, huh? Oh, this is crazy. Increases damage to the opponent when a statement is destroyed. Effective during the bullet time battle. Oh, are you serious? I gotta get skills for this? And I only got one skill? Oh boy. Class trial, all rise. Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial, so your vote will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. And the killer really is one of us, right? Of course. Okay then, everyone close your eyes, and whoever did it, raise your hand. Don't be a goddamn idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand? Before we move on and start the trial, can I ask a question real quick? What's going on with those pictures? I'd feel awful if they got left out just because they died. Friendship penetrates even death's barrier. Friendship penetrates? Okay, but what about that other empty seat?
私たちは15人なのに、なぜ席が16個もあるのですか?
There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
意味はないよ。最大16人収容可能な裁判所っていうだけ。
Oh, no reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people.
さてと、前置きはこれぐらいにして、そろそろ始めようか。
Okay, that about does it for the preamble. Get ready to get started.
まずは事件のまとめからだね。じゃあ、議論を開始してください。
First up is a case summary. Now let this Class B trial begin. It's about to begin the debate to decide who we think the killer is. Anything I found, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak up about everything. Because this isn't just about me. Everyone's lives are on the line. Your first non-stop debate is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Yeah. As things progress during each trial, you will engage in a number of non-stop debates. During these discussions, characters will speak one after another, without pause. It's up to you to unearth any lies or contradictions buried within their statements. What this means is that you'll have to use your truth bullets to refute what they say. Any relevant truth bullets you found during your investigation will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use a WSD to aim, then fire with the left mouse button. Really? Pay close attention to each character's statements and use your truth bullets to blast the right ones. Note that if you've run out of time, you will automatically fail. Wow, so please be careful. If you press the escape key during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun. Evidence of a struggle. I assert that the one who murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizano. We know, and the murder took place in Makoto's room. In the bathroom. So it seems less likely that the killer must have taken her while she was in the bathroom. Well, something's off about what she just said. Because if Sayaka hasn't resisted at all, there's no explanation for what happened to my room. For this first debate, we'd like to take a quick sidebar. If you're unable to spot and refute someone's lies or contradictions, the argument will repeat. Within a group of statements, some words appear in a different color. Did you happen to notice? That represents a potential hole in a person's statement, a possible weak spot. These weak spots reveal important, though not always inaccurate, sections of a person's statement. Your truth bullets are only effective against these weak spots. So when you see one come up, take aim and fire, but only if you're sure it's actually wrong. Also, you can fast forward an argument by holding down the control key. Okay? Well then, good luck and have fun. Alrighty then.
殺人が起きたのは苗木の部屋だったな。そのシャワールームだったよね。きっと前園さんはシャワールームにいるところをいきなり襲われて抵抗する間もなく殺されちゃったんだね。それは違う。
Okay.
ちょっと待って藤崎さん。
Just a second, Chihiro. Try to remember how my room looked.
あの部屋の状況からすると争いは間違いなくあったはずだよ。
With the way things had been damaged, I think we can definitely assume there was a struggle. A struggle? Between who and who? Between Sayaka and the killer, of course. So you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the bathroom? She must have been attacked in the main room first, then she ran to the bathroom to try and hide. The killer followed her in, and that's where they finished the job. That much should have been obvious after taking a look at the scene. Shouldn't even need explaining. Sorry. Okay, so what's next? Next is the subject of the murder weapon. Oh, this is starting to sound like a real trial. We need to determine what was used to kill Sayaka. So what was used to kill her? It was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach. Without a doubt, that is a murder weapon. So the killer used some random knife they had on them. How could anyone do something like that? That son of a bitch. Because the object that was thrust into Sayaka's stomach, it was almost certain a knife that disappeared from a certain location. Got it. Okay, I understand how this goes. I understand now. No, I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife. Huh? A kitchen knife? After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing. Which means that knife must be the murder weapon. Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. You could sort of see the weapon sticking out of her stomach. And if you look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife. Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife. But where does that get us? I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right? That's right, Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. What more proof do you need? Hold on a second, Let's draw our conclusions after we presented our arguments, otherwise what's the point of the trial? Well, we can talk all we want, it's not going to change that conclusion. I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself. You really believe that? She's right, there's got to be a breakthrough somewhere just waiting for us to find it. Because I know damn well I'm not the killer. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Really? You can concentrate by holding down the space key. While you're concentrating, time will slow down, so you can pay closer attention to what everyone's saying. On top of that, it'll steady your aim, making it easier to target potential weak spots. Concentrating like this consumes the focus gauge, and if this gauge empties, you can't concentrate. But the focus gauge will recover over time, so let your brain take a rest. No need to rush. Well then, good luck and have fun. Good luck, have fun! So I guess no question that the kitchen knife was a murder weapon. Well, where does that get us? Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right? He did it in a secret when nobody was in the dining hall. Okay, wait, hold on. I didn't take the knife from the kitchen. Next you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all you want. Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Hina? Huh? Remember what you were telling me earlier? Well, I went to get some tea from the kitchen last night and all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back into the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Yeah. Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct? Yeah, that's right. And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall? No, I don't think so. You don't think so? No, he definitely wasn't there. The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall, but I wasn't there the entire time. In other words, there's no way I could have taken a knife. Okay, then what about this? What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together and lying to protect each other? Idiot swimmer girl. Oh, more importantly, why would I get involved in something like that? Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened? So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate. So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it. Then there's no way anyone would work together, right? But what if they did work together and they just didn't know about the rule? Ah, good grief, enough already? No, okay? There are no accomplices in this case. Oops, did I say that out loud? Anyway, I didn't go to the dining hall and I didn't take the knife. So I'm not the killer. Okay, so then who did take the knife? Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall. No way, I swear it wasn't me. Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that? I can. That's right. Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea. I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's me. Right. But then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
だって、
Actually, no, because, well...
あんたよ。
Just spit it out already.
昨晩我は朝比奈の部屋に泊まったのだ。
I stayed in Nina's room last night.
変な映像を見せられたせいで怖くなっちゃってさ、さくらちゃんに無理言って泊まってもらったんだ。
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking, I just asked her to stay over.
だからそもそも私たちにはアリバイがあるんだって。
Which means we have airtight alibis.
泊まったって校則違反じゃない？
You stayed over. Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations?
個室以外で寝ることは禁止されてたけど、他人の個室で寝ることまでは禁止されてなかったから。
We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms. But it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room.
だから問題ないってことなんじゃないかな。
So I don't think that's a problem.
問題ならある。不健全ではないか。男女が一つの部屋に泊まるなど。
It is a problem. A boy and a girl spending the night together? It's unwholesome.
我は女だが。
But I'm a girl.
失礼した。
You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
ですが、食堂にいたあなた方でもないとなると、もう他の可能性は。
But if it wasn't either of you, then what other possibility is there?
いや、まだ可能性はあるはずだ。そうだろう、朝比奈。
Actually, there is one other possibility, right, Hina?
実はね、私たちが食堂にいる間、他にも一人だけ食堂に来た人がいるんだ。
Oh yeah, that's true. One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
なぜそれを先に言わん？
Why didn't she say so in the first place?
だってもうここにいない人だから。
Well, because they're not here anymore. Someone who's not here? Are you talking about?
舞園さやかちゃん、食堂に来たのは殺された彼女だよ。
Sayaka. She is the one who came to the dining hall, and then later she wound up dead. Sayaka? Okay, so the person who took the knife from the kitchen was Sayaka.
これだ。じゃあ、包丁を持ち出したのも舞園さん。
Then Sayaka is the one who took the knife?
そうとしか考えられまい。
That's the only possibility.
それに、今になって考えてみれば、あいつの言動は何か妙だった。
Thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual.
食堂に来るなり、あいつは我らに見向きもせずに厨房へと入っていった。
When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen.
水を飲みに来ただけだと言っていたが、おそらくその時に。
As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water, but most likely...
では包丁を持ち出したのは被害者である舞園くん自身だったのか。
Then the person who took the knife from the victim herself.
人、ご信用にしようと。
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
つまり、舞園は自分で持ち出した包丁を犯人に奪われ、それで殺されたんだな。
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her and she was killed with it?
では、包丁を持ち出していないからといって、容疑が晴れたとは言えないわけだ。
In that case, you may not have taken a knife, but you still could have killed her. What?
見なさい。やっぱり苗木が犯人なんじゃない。
See? He did do it after all.
だから違うんだって。
No, you're wrong.
そうやって議論をねじ曲げ、一度間違った方へと誘導してるのか。
So that's how you would twist the argument and send us all off in the wrong direction?
恐ろしいスキルの持ち主よ。
You possess a most terrifying talent. Damn, if I don't do something, they're gonna blame me for the murder. Don't they understand? If they convict me, everyone's gonna die.
苗木くんを犯人だと決めつけるのはまだ早いんじゃないかしら。
Hold on, it's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer. What did you say?
今回の犯人は部屋の持ち主ではありえない行動をとっていた。
Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewilderingly. Gosh, it's hard to say.
その行動の謎を解明しない限り、
And until we unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer. Bewildering? Okay, now I can say it. What the hell are you talking about? Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Your first Hangman's Gambit is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Sure. As things advance further in a class trial, the Hangman's Gambit will eventually take place. What the hell is this? The point of this is to reveal an important phrase related to the incident in question. You'll have to deduce the phrase from the letters flying around in the letters already shown. What? Complete the phrase by shooting down the flying letters in the right order. Use a mouse to aim, then press the left mouse button to shoot the desired letters. If you shoot down the wrong letters, you'll suffer damage to your influence gauge. If the gauge reaches 0, or if you run out of time, you fail. Well then, good luck and have fun. Well, sure. Something that should have been at the scene, but wasn't. That must be the crucial point. If we can just figure out what that something is. Hair. Okay. That's right, there wasn't a single hair on the floor. So the culprit removed some evidence. Yes, and if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is my own room. The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there. That makes sense, does it not? No, if that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just her hair. Yes, very true, very true. Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground? The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had been there. Wait, then that means... Precisely, it's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same. Then Makoto isn't the culprit? But are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair? No, there are other reasons to prove why Makoto couldn't have done it. I would like to hear those reasons. Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene? Sayaka was attacked in the main room first and fled into the bathroom, right? Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her. And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it? What do you mean?
犯人はシャワールームに入る際、かなり手こずったんじゃないかしら。
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the
そ
bathroom.
の証拠だってはっきりと残っていたはずよ。苗木君、覚えているでしょう。
There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto? The killer struggled into the bathroom, and the evidence that proves it is the object the killer broke.
What? 犯人が手こずった証拠ってシャワールームのドアノブのことだよね。
Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
ドアノブがどうしたんだべ。
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
壊されてたんだよ。僕の部屋のシャワールームのドアノブがさ。
The doorknob for my bathroom is completely broken.
ほら、上の部分のネジが外れてドアノブが取れかかってるでしょ。
See how the top part was unscrewed and the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
本当だ。
Oh yeah.
どうしてドアノブなんかが。
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
犯人がシャワールームの鍵を壊そうとしてドアノブごと外したのよ。
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob.
これが苗木君が犯人と考えられない根拠。もう一つの部屋の持ち主ではありえない行動よ。
This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
自分の部屋のドアを壊すはずねってか？
So what, you're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room?
でも壊すしかねえんだったら壊すだろう。ありえねえってほどじゃねえだろ。
But if the only choice you have to is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
そう、まだわからないのね。だったら
You still don't see? Okay then.
もう一度事件の流れを振り返ってみましょうか。そうすればきっとわかるはずよ。
Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand. Kyoko said it was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice it at first, but is that the key point here? There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like it more? Alright, fine. From here on out, the number of weak spots will start going up. But no matter how many weak spots, there's essentially only one lie or contradiction in that debate. What I'm trying to say is, not all weak spots you see are necessarily false. Use the truth bullet on the wrong one, and not only will you fail to refute what they said, but you'll also lower your trust with everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. Now this is more important, because if your influence gauge reaches 0, you fail. You have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or contradictions. Well then, good luck and have fun! Alright. I gotta admit, this is kind of stressful. Even though I know exactly what it's supposed to... Well, kind of, I don't know. The incident took place in Makoto's room. First attacked in the main room. Now that's good. She then fled into the bathroom. Then the killer ran after her. And they got into the bathroom. Oh, but the killer had to try to bust down the door. Because Sakia had locked it. And the corporate had Sakia cornered. To finish the job, they stabbed her with a kitchen knife. She was, and Makoto admit it. We already know the answer. It's not because the door was locked. Or there's a different reason entirely.
事件は苗木君の個室で起きた。前園さんはその後シャワールーム。
犯人はシャワールームに入ったの。
その時犯人がドアノブを壊したんだろ。シャワールームには鍵がかかってたからな。
Boom!
それは違う。僕の部屋のシャワールームが開かなかったのは鍵のせいじゃないんだよ。
The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked.
だってシャワールームに鍵がかかるのって女性の部屋だけだったはずでしょ。
After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with locking bathrooms, right?
そういえばそうだったな。
Yes, now that you mention it, that is true.
じゃあ苗木くんの部屋のシャワールームは
Then
どう
why
して開かなかったの？
why didn't your bathroom door open?
ドアの立て付けのせいなんだ。
Because it was stuck.
は？ドアの立て付け？
Huh? What are you talking about?
僕の部屋のシャワールームはドアの立て付けが悪かったんだ。
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right.
それはそこのモノクマが証人だよ。
Monokuma over there can testify to that.
はいその通りでございます。
Yep, true as true can be.
でも超高校級の幸運であるはずの苗木くんの部屋だけ立て付けが悪いなんて。
But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But they have such a cruddy door.
ぷぷぷぷ全然幸運じゃないし。
That's not lucky at all.
シャワールームのドアが開かなかったのは立て付けのせいだった。
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck.
でも犯人はそれを鍵のせいだと勘違いした。だからこそドアノブごと鍵を壊そうとしたのよ。
But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked, so they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
ですが犯人はどうして鍵がかかっているなんて勘違いをしたのでしょう。
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place?
男子の部屋のシャワールームに鍵がかからないことは私たちの全員が知っているはずですけど。
Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
犯人がそう勘違いしたのは現場に関する重要なことを知らなかったせいよ。
The killer could easily make that mistake thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime. The killer was convinced the bathroom door was locked, so they didn't know that the door actually couldn't be locked. In other words, the important detail about the crime that they didn't know was it was in my room.
これだ。犯人は現場が僕の部屋だってことを知らなかったのかも。
The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
犯人が現場を知らないなんて前代未聞ですぞ。
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable.
でも当たってるわ。
And yet, he's absolutely right. Say what?
だけどもう少し正確に言えば
But to be more specific,
犯人が知らなかったのは苗木くんと舞園さんが部屋を交換していた事実。
what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms.
そのせいで犯人は勘違いしてしまったのよ。舞園さんがいた部屋を彼女の部屋だとね。
Which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
だからシャワールームには鍵があると思い込み、鍵を壊しにかかったのだな。
there would have been a lock on the door and they wouldn't have had to break through.
それが無意味な行動とも知らずにか。
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
最終的には力ずくで開けたのかひょんなことから開いたのかはわからないけど
Ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident, but
犯人は相当混乱したはずよ。結局ドアが開いた理由もわからずじまいでしょうし。
the killer must have been considerably confused with no idea how they actually got the door open.
何にせよ実に回りくどい行動だ。ありもしないドアの鍵を壊そうとするとはな。
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is
ドアが開かない理由を知っていた僕ならそんなことするはずないよね。
definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
確かにそうかもしれんな。
That is a definite possibility.
じゃあ犯人って部屋の交換を知らなかった人なの？
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they switched rooms.
鍵は当てはまらないじゃない。
Then Makoto couldn't have done it. Well, of course not. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
犯人は誰だっつんだ？
Okay, then who did it? Did do it.
拙者はお手上げでござる。
Oh, I'm sorry, but I give up. Quit without saving.
このまま犯人が決まらなかったらどうなるの？
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think it did it? Well then why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules. Majority rules. Do you really think that's a good idea? Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
どんな些細なことでも構いませんわ。どなたか疑問に感じていることはないのですか?
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
あ、疑問ならあるよ。
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one
あ
question.
なたですか?
Oh, you.
なんで残念そうなの?
You don't gotta sound so disappointed. It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
あ、そうそう。ね。
Oh yeah, okay, so,
そもそも犯人はどうやって苗木の部屋に入ったのかなって思ってさ。
well, I was just wondering, how'd the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
なるほど。犯人が現場に入った方法か。
Yes, how did the killer get inside?
内園が部屋の鍵を落として、それを犯人が拾ったんだろ?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
そんなに都合よく落とすとは思えんが。
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
じゃあ、ピッキングとか?
Then maybe someone picked the lock?
いや、鍵にはピッキング防止加工があったはずだ。
Negative. If you remember, Monokuma said it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
ではお答えしましょう。犯人はもっと簡単に入ったのであります。
Fine, how about this? The killer got in the easy way.
つまり、来訪者のふりをしてやってきた犯人を前園さん自らが招き入れたのです。
They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Miss Maizono just let him in.
いや、それはないよ。
No, that can't be it either.
随分と身の程知らずがいたもんですな。この僕に反論するとはね。
Oh ho, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place.
もしもし、どうしてないって言い切れるんですか?
Hello, why can't that be it? Because she asked me to do something particular because of how frightened she was. That's the right answer right there. There's no way Sayaka let someone in because... Oh, so that's your evidence. I mean, maybe not.
しまった。
Okay, so we're not doing that yet. We're just gonna say switching rooms, right? Okay, that's good. Because Sayaka was already scared, remember?
だからこそ僕に部屋の交換を頼んだんだ。
That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place. The same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching?
そう言っていた彼女が自分から鍵を開けたとは考えられないよ。
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
彼女が怯えていたこと自体が嘘だったとしたら?
What if her being scared was a lie? Huh?
何言ってんだよ。どうして彼女がそんな嘘を?
Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
苗木君にとっては考えたくない可能性でしょうけど、これを見てもまだそう言える?
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility? There's something I'd want to talk to you about. Just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
ある場所に置いてあったメモ帳の一番上のページを鉛筆でこすってみたら、
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil. And these are the words that appeared. Oh man, I've totally seen people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint, sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap, I better make sure that I rip that paper out before I use it from now on. It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room. Huh? Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written on it. Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night. So Makoto, did you write this? No, I didn't, but... Of course you didn't, because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature. Did that note... Sayaka wrote it? But why? Why would she write that? The note? The note was likely her way of getting in touch with the certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet them in secret. If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist? Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me. But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened. Huh? What makes you say that? Would you like to hear what I have to say? Very well then, pay attention. Dorm named plates. Switch rooms, right? But in the note, the place said they were asked to come to. Because it said my room. But my room is not really my room. Damn it! It's not it, huh? Your meaningless words tire me. Please stop wasting my time. Need to consider carefully. That wasn't it. See, so if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room. Got it. The nameplates on my and Sayaka's rooms got switched. They got switched? That's right, the nameplates got switched just like the rooms themselves. As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name.
舞園さんがいた苗木くんの部屋は舞園さやかのネームプレートになっていたのね。
And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
つまり舞園さやかのネームプレートの部屋には本当に舞園がいたということか。
So what you're saying is the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
じゃあそのメモの通りに行動しても舞園さんがいる苗木くんの部屋には行けたんだね。
Then if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
しかも2人の部屋は隣同士。ネームプレートを入れ替えるにはうってつけだ。
Plus their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem.
じゃあそれをやったのは誰なのかしらね。
And the one who switched
苗木くんじゃないのよね。
and the one who switched their names was, well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
うん。
Right.
そんじゃ誰がやったっつんだよ。
Okay, then who did it? There's only one person who could have switched the nameplates. The only other person who knew we had switched rooms. Sayaka.
これだ。そもそも部屋の交換を知ってたのは僕と舞園さんだけなんだ。
Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms.
だからネームプレートの交換ができたのは僕以外には舞園さんしかいないはずだよ。
So the only other person besides me who would even know about to switch her nameplates was Sayaka.
そのことは彼女が残したメモの文面からも推測できるわね。
You can also infer as much from her note. Check the nameplates.
彼女は呼び出した人物に対して部屋のネームプレートを確認しろと言っている。
She specifically tells the reader to check the
ネーム
nameplate.
プレートの入れ替えを知っていなければ書けない言葉よ。
She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
でもどうして舞園さんはネームプレートの交換なんかをしたの？
But why would she switch them in the first
苗
place?
木くんとの部屋の交換を隠した上で自分のいる部屋に人を呼びたかったからよ。
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room. What?
部屋の交換を隠した上で人を呼ぶってそんなことして何の意味があんの？
Inviting someone to your room but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
それについて知るためには
To understand that,
彼女がその人物を部屋に招き入れた後
you first need to
そこで
understand
何が起きたのかを知る必要があるわ。
what happened after she invited the person into the room.
答えはそこにあるはずだから。
That's where the answer lies.
その後に起きたことか。おそらく
What happened then was probably
舞園くんに呼び出された人物がそこで彼女に襲いかかり、
whoever she invited over came in and attacked her.
なんと犯人が判明してしまったぞ。呼び出された人物が犯人なのだ。
We figured it out. We know who did it. Whoever she invited over is the culprit.
そいつが誰かが問題なんだろうが。
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot.
あの部屋では最初に舞園さんと犯人の争いがあったのですよね。
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes?
もしやそこでの争いの中に先ほどの問いの答えがあるのではないですか？
Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
ええ、その通りよ。
Yes, I think you're right.
じゃあそこでどんな争いがあったのかをはっきりさせればいいんだね。
Man, how long is this going? God, it's like a really long time. Okay, I'm gonna have to split the video. So this class trial is like going on really long. Like really long. So I'm gonna pick up the class trial in the next video. I don't really want this to be more than an hour long. Gosh darn. Anyways, thank you for watching. Feel free to leave a comment. I hope to see you in the next video, and I hope you have yourself a good day. And this is Sweet Tooth, signing off. I love you.